body left to rot in the sun, untended and unwept for. Sic transit gloria mundi. I tether the mule to a withered juniper bush with a handful of oats. The wreckage is about 50 yards away, and the size of the airplane surprises me. For some reason, I imagined it would be larger, but then I'm used to the behemoths of modern warfare. This airplane was obsolete almost as soon as it was built. A slow, clumsy ship nicknamed the Flying Coffin by the Spanish Loyalist Air Force. And it seems to me that you would have to be crazy to trust your life to an airplane like that. How whole it looks, though. How almost perfect, except for the stunted wing, the broken tail. If there's one thing I can't abide, it's the sight or sound or even idea of an airplane crash. But this one doesn't look like a crash at all. It just looks like it came here to rest, in the shadow of a giant plateau, and never got up again. And the plateau hid it from human eyes passing above, and the desert made a fortress around it. And only my friend Velasquez remained to know that it was ever here at all. I start forward. The cockpit windows are opaque, the blades of the propellers frozen in place. On the side of the fuselage, a door hangs ajar. The wind howls on my cheek. It's impossible to imagine that nobody has stood here before me, that I alone have discovered this wreckage, you at last. But that's what years of civil war and reprisal and misery will do. Things get left behind and forgotten because nobody exists to remember them. The wind howls around you and covers you in drifts of sand until a single woman, bedeviled by the mystery of your fate, encounters some tiny clue entirely by chance. Now here she stands. At last, you are remembered. You are found. On the other side of the doorway, the world is dark. I fish the flashlight from my coat pocket and switch it on. But there isn't much to see. Every surface is coated in dust. A pile of sand spreads from the entrance and across the floor. Deck, I suppose, according to the direction of the wind that carried it. Because of the slanting platform beneath me, I feel unbalanced, not quite sound. I sweep the beam around the cabin. The space is cramped and narrow and bare, as if someone cleared all the trappings to make room for things that are no longer there. I step toward the cockpit. My pulse thuds in my throat. But the seat is empty, the dials and switches blanketed by dirt and nothing else. I touch the wheel, which is not like the steering wheel of a car, but open at the top, incomplete, a pie missing a wedge. When I examine my finger, the dirt is the same dun color as the landscape around me, as the dirt that covers the windows like a curtain, blocking the light. On the deck next to the pilot's seat, a large, heavy book catches the flashlight's beam, face down, spine broken, pages splayed. Like everything else, it's covered in dirt, but I lift it anyway and brush away what dust I can. I flip through the pages. A logbook. I am not a pilot. This is the first time in my adult life that I've boarded any kind of airplane, intact or otherwise, and the entries, written in faded purple-black letters, might as well be Latin. Still, I pass my fingers over them. Because whose hands touched this last? Whose pen wrote those letters and numbers? In one column, the farthest left, I recognize dates. The last one is 13 May 1937. To the right, in the next column, reads 0522, 5:22 a.m. I set the logbook on the seat and sweep the flashlight once more around the cabin. And as I do, an object catches my eye at the rear, near the tail, tucked in the seam between deck and wall. It is a pile of something. A pile of clothes attached to a boot. Of course, I've always understood that there should be a body and